how did you come up with the concept? Can you talk us through the process that you had?
Actually, I finished my last film. It's called Bodyguards and Assassins. I built a great set about 1905 Hong Kong. It's a Queen's Road or the Central. And I really love the set and I want to make another movie there. So I was planning, I love Kung Fu also. I learned Kung Fu, so I like martial art film, but I never did a real pure Kung Fu film. So I think I rather make an idea of a Kung Fu master in the 40s, 50s, and using the old sets for the 40s for my last film.
Right.
But I'm too slow. And then I used 2 years to write the script, and then it comes out a bunch of Kung Fu film, a bunch. So what will I do in 2011? And my creative team said, "Hey Teddy, you have a script before. It's about a serial killer, but it's too violent. That it's a joint venture film with China, so it doesn't work. They don't allow to do such a. It's too violent," they said, and because of censorship. And then why don't we let this element, the thriller, the serial killer, and the Kung Fu put together? I said, hey, this is a great idea. It's come out from my creative team. So I think this is a great idea. And then I try to put the meaningful of the Kung Fu martial arts culture things, the old things, the old boy things, and put into a modern world cops film. Yes, element.
So apart from the last scene, which one was the most difficult one to shoot?
Did you see the film?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's the ending scene.
Apart from the ending.
Apart from the ending, the skeleton scene. See, it's a short sequence, but it's very hard to work on the skeleton. You know, you have to use your leg, and you cannot. You have one leg is you're going to lose your balance. You know, so it's a bit dangerous. But we have of course we have the wire things. But if you have the wire, you are controlled by somebody. Then it's hard to move. So it take NG again, NG and again. So it take a lot of time to.
Was there any injuries?
Actually, it's okay. In nowadays, we have lots of protection, and now it's okay. It's better than 10 years before.
I must admit, I really enjoyed it. I've followed Hong Kong cinema 30 years and written books on it, and been to Hong Kong many times with my partner. And it was very inspiring. One of the few films I've really enjoyed in the past few years was Bodyguards and Assassins.
Yes.
Although the last hour was exhausting with the action coming in. And then I see, the trouble is from the Western world at the moment is Kung Fu films come, they go down a bit, they come up a bit. Sometimes Ip Man comes out, it's all back up. People like the Kung Fu films. And last night, you come in to watch a film, and I have to say it was a really excellent film, and I've watched thousands. And even when I was going out meeting other people I know on the street, they were saying they've been and seen it's a great film. Are you going to continue to go back into that? I mean, because I know your career's not always been as acting, it's not always an action. Have you got any more plans to continue this line of work, by doing action films like this? Because the ones you've made have been superb.
I would take maybe I take a short break. I have two choices. I have one like Sherlock Holmes. I want to make a Chinese Sherlock Holmes about in the year 1890s.
Bit like a Detective D stuff.
Yeah, in Hong Kong. In old Hong Kong.
Okay.
Using this same street again.
That's a great location.
And the second one, I want to do some like comedy. I have a very good writer in China. He has a very good story. It's very touching.
Right.
Did you ever remember Tom Hanks make a movie in the airport?
Yeah, just
Terminal. It's something about that. I think it's quite interesting. It's from a Chinese man. It's a plot. It happens in somewhere in China.
The film also had a few title changes. I remember I first saw it pitched it was going to be the best of the last, and then it was Kung Fu Killer and then Kung Fu Jungle. How come the name changed? I quite like the original title, The Best of the Last, but it sort of ended up Kung Fu Jungle. What happened there?
First of all, me and Donnie doesn't like that. Last of the Best. It's too soft.
Yeah.
Then it goes to Kung Fu Killer, and it's very straight to the
Sure.
to the point. But come back to the China 的电检怎么讲那个审批？刚刚就讲那个。
Oh, it's more like government thing.
Not government,
Censor.
the censorship.
Yeah.
Censorship.
They won't allow to use the word kill.
Alright.
This is too violent. This is.
Really?
Cat-
Even
this is cat free.
killer is not.
Killer, no.
What, in the title, you mean?
Yeah.
Really?
Was
Was
last
last three
night-
films? You had a lot of like Simon Yang
So
and these
then,
killer films.
so then we were thinking, what to do? We have to use the word kung fu. Okay, jungle, jungle. Who goes strong? Who be the king? I eat you, you eat me. Then
Concrete jungle.
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
it?
yeah.
Like
Then-
concrete jungle.
yeah, concrete jungle. Then we, this is thanks to the government.
How did Wang Baoqiang get the part? Is it your idea to cast him or?
No, I want, you see, in this film, every part of the fighting scene, they all can fight by themselves. They are martial art actors, good actors, good martial art actors. But I've been looking for the guy going to face Donnie for the next the follow characters, but I can't find anyone that is new face. Not because of his charm of the kung fu. He still can act well.
Yeah.
He been fight so many martial art actors
Yeah.
before in Hong Kong
And done
or
everything.
in China. So when I see Wang Baoqiang, it's 10 years ago. He had a new movie from Feng Xiaogang, a China director, comes to have a promotion after the film premiere, and we were all sitting in the corner, and he talked to me that I heard you make a lot of action film. I said yes. He said I know kung fu. I'm from Shaolin Temple. He been there for a few years. He said I start every day 4 in the morning by practicing kung fu. I didn't realize I not knowing him very well, you know. And suddenly he stands up and he jump up and goes like this. I said, watch out, you will hurt yourself. Somebody can do like this, you know, both legs slowly, but he jump up and go down.
Yeah.
That's not easy. So I said, oh, you really know kung fu, but in my mind I was thinking, he's a comedy actor. He should go to look for Jackie Chan.
Yeah.
Comedy action, you know.
Like a Chow Sing Chi.
Yeah. Then after 10 years, I think it's timing. The timing comes. I met him again. He said, how's your kung fu? He said, maybe I'm gonna give up. People like me to be a comedy, a comedy film. So I have no chance to make a good action film. He did a small action film, a low budget film, but it's not very success. I said, okay, I'll show you the script. And read it, and 3 days, you have to tell me you like it or not. And the next day afternoon, he gave me a call. Let's do it. This is my last chance to show people that I can fight, according to this character.
Yeah.
It was good
He was
discovery.
Very good. Were you
Yeah,
pleased with
very
his
good because
performance?
From the Western point of view, from the Kung Fu fans, it's that end fight, it's that character that builds up, that really
Yes.
forget that wins it over, and it's very hard these days to find such a good villain, and that builds up to it. You know, the old Shaw Brothers, it was good in the old Golden Harvest, but you look, and when I saw this last night, I thought, what a great, and he's fresh. You know, he's not like we've seen him 100 times before. Action, it was so.
But in China, you can ask whenever the first scene he shows up, everybody laughs. Because he's a
comedy
he's a great comedy actor in China.
Have the last question, please.
Why did the film have so many action directors and old kung fu actors?
Because I'm doing a charity to raise a fund for the stunts called the stunt, what do you call it?
Hong Kong
Union,
stuntman?
the Hong Kong Union stuntman.
Yeah.
So they appreciate for that, and at that time, Tony had 2 movies to go. So he asked me that, can we look for another stunt choreographer to help on the preparation, because he need a real preparation. So at that time, Yuen Bing, the who worked for Chui Hak, just finished their film, just wrap. He come back to Hong Kong. I said, oh, Yuen Bing, we all respect, and then Yuen Bing joins. And because they know I'm going to raise the fund for them, they all willingly to come to help. And then Dong Wai, my partner, we've been working for 15 years. And then he said, okay, her half of her salary goes to the charity. It comes too. So Dong Wai have 2 scenes, the cake scene, skeleton, and the weapons is Dong Wai. And Wang Baochang fighting in the village, the on the seaside is Yuen Bing, and the grab is by Yuen Bing. And the ending scene, Yuen Bing was there to help.
So can I ask a question in Cantonese? Then you can answer in English if you like.
Yeah.
About 那個即係話合資嗰方面，即係今次我想知道個融資嗰方面係點樣？
All the monies, all the investors come from Hong Kong and Macau as the first very beginning, and then we pre-sell the movie to China, and Hua Yi brother bought the right of the distribution in China. So first of all, it's all from Hong Kong and Macau.
咁所以我想知道喺劇本同埋譬如話個演員嗰方面，呢啲投資方會唔會有啲影響咧？對你哋呢個成個劇情啊，或者
Because nowadays we have things called China Hong Kong joint venture movie. Because you have to use part of the China Chinese, and
It's part of the
so if the first round is all Hong Kongese, the first round.
Yesterday's film was the last cut, the final edit, or are you going to do more?
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you feel seeing it on the big screen like that?
I have a testing on the first day after I land, you know. I didn't know that the screen was such a huge one. And then when I go in, I said, wow, they let me sit in the middle row. I said, no, let's go back.
Yeah.
It's too big. And I was so happy, you know. Suppose it's only 10 minutes screening to see whether the quality, whatever. But nobody wants us to go. We look at the workers there. I said, are we finished? He said, let's finish the film.